Hi everyone. I have been meaning to do this bonus video since last week. So I apologize for its tardiness. I just wanted to jump on and talk about some things that you can do to support your lungs as well as your whole body. This was really prompted when the fires broke out on the West Coast. And now that the air quality has been so bad, I wanted to jump on and give some tips on how to handle that and support your whole body. So I will be giving a couple of supplements. I will be talking about a couple of home remedies that you can do, as well as a couple of diet changes that can detox, support, and heal your lungs as well as your whole body. Kind of help you with the inflammation that's happening, whether it's air pollution from the fires and the smoke, or if you're suffering from seasonal allergies or COVID or post-COVID or any kind of bacterial, viral, or fungal issue that's going on for you. These are really great things that you can do to take care of your lungs as well as your whole body. Okay, so the first supplement I want to talk about is NAC, N-acetylcysteine. So N like Nancy, A like Apple, C like Charlie. This is my go-to for so many things. I love it, and it's really relatively safe for almost everybody. I mean, I can't think of many people it would be contraindicated for, but again, if you're on medications or have any chronic illness, please discuss this with your doctor first. So NAC is incredible for detoxification. It's an anti-inflammatory. It is a mucus breaker upper. It's really great if you have like SIBO or a leaky gut. It can break down some of the biofilms that are happening in the gut from the various parasites that we can get exposed to, the bacterias and funguses and all that. So NAC is like my best friend. So you can easily do 600 milligrams 3 times a day, but you can bump it up. This is what people give for aspirin overloads. I mean, again, talk to your doctor, but I feel comfortable telling my patients 1,200 milligrams 3 times a day. But you can start with 600 milligrams 3 times a day and see if your symptoms resolve. Do your sinuses clear up? Do your lungs open up? Do your aches and pains, are they going away a little bit? Just kind of notice, because as soon as you're feeling better and the symptoms resolve, then that's kind of a good dose for you to be on. Yeah, so great for the liver, great for detoxification, so many great uses. Another great, really tricky, like one that I love to always bring up is cold sores. It's incredible for cold sores. Okay. So the second thing that I wanted to talk about is IV Calm. So IV, the plant. And the supplement that I really like is IV Calm. But there are lots of different IV products out there. But what I really like about it, they're really great for COPD. So asthma, chronic bronchitis, just sinus issues, anything kind of upper respiratory, especially in the bronchioles and in the throat and in the lungs. IV, the oils open up the bronchioles, they open up to help you breathe, as well as the oils have components in them, properties in them that will kill the viruses in our chests and COVID and uh, funguses and bacteria, like everything that we've talked about. So IV Calm is really great. IV Calm has a dosage for children on it. As far as NAC, I would think half of a dose would be safe. The average person is about 150 pounds, so a 75-pound child could probably do a half a dose. But again, talk to the pharmacist, talk to your doctor, or send me a message below and I'll look it up. But send me a message because I will forget. Okay. And then a couple of home remedies that I wanted to talk about. Mustard plaster. I will put the instructions below, but what you want to do is you want to take ground powdered mustard and add some flour to it and some water. You make a paste, so you put a cotton or some kind of natural fiber cloth over your chest. You slather on the mustard, you put another cloth over it, and then you put heat. So the heat just naturally opens up the bronchioles, but the essential oils and all of the compounds in the mustard are also helping to fight infections, open up the bronchioles, and just support the lungs and the chest in general. So that's just a really great way to go into your cupboard, whip it up, put it on your child. The only word of advice, or an adult, you can put on an adult too. The only word of caution I would say is that mustard gets really hot. So if it starts to get, if your child starts to say, oh, this hurts, it's burning, just keep them, it's getting too red, just kind of be mindful that, you might need to add another cloth underneath. You don't want to burn the skin, is essentially what I'm trying to say. So the second home remedy that I wanted to talk about is just soaking your feet in hot water and putting some essential oils in it, like the menthols, like spearmint, peppermint, eucalyptus, lavender. Those can all, just soaking the feet in hot water opens up all of the blood vessels. It opens up all of the vessels in the upper part of the body, and with gravity, your all of that blood and all of that stuff starts going down. All of that mucus, all of that inflammation, it just naturally starts to go down to the feet because those blood vessels are opened, they're dilated. So another really great way to just kind of take some time, do some breathing as easily as you can, just kind of rest, calm yourself down, because a lot of these things are going to make you anxious, right? If you're having a hard time breathing, it's going to make you anxious, right? And then another thing that I just wanted to talk about, I'll link the video that I did about this before, but the onion poultice can be really great over the chest and behind the ears for infections and opening up the bronchioles, breaking up mucus, etc., etc. Volatile oils of the onion are also helpful at killing the antimicrobial properties. So I guess that's technically 3. All right, and then the next thing that I wanted to talk about are your diet. So sugar and dairy are going to be mucus makers. Be mindful of that. And the things that you want to up are like, your cruciferous vegetables, your broccoli, your cauliflower, your Brussels sprouts, your kale, all of your green leafy vegetables, your spinach, your Swiss chard. Those are all really great things to kind of increase in your diet. That green is an antioxidant. It's high in vitamin C, great tons of minerals, even some protein, some fiber. But the biggest thing is that they're really great. The greens are really great at detoxifying the liver. Lemon is another thing that's really great at detoxifying the liver. Artichokes, great at detoxifying the liver. So I do have a really yummy artichoke dip recipe on my blog that I'll link below. And as far as ways to incorporate, because you really want to get as much as you can into your diet, if you're in a warmer climate, like here in Maine, it's getting a little too cold for smoothies and juicing. But if you're in a warmer climate and have a strong gut, have a really good strong gut, you could still do, you could put it in smoothies, you could do juicing. If you are in a climate that is colder, or you have a weak kind of gut, you have SIBO or bloating or gas or constipation, just not, or leaky gut, parasites, whatever, you might want to consider making like a pesto. You can take the basil that you are harvesting, or the cilantro, or the parsley, and maybe cut it in half and add some spinach, and then enjoy that over your fish or your whatever protein you're eating, or have it with a little pasta if that's what you're eating, or over some whole grains or roasted vegetables. Those are just really great ways. So pestos I really like, and pureed soups with bone broth as your base. Incredible for your bodies right now, big time. Another thing that I wanted to talk about as far as green and leafy, cilantro and parsley, which are also kind of growing in our yards right now in abundance, those are really great at clearing out the kidneys. So your liver and your kidneys are two of your big uh, detox organs. So those are just some things that I wanted to talk about. The last diet thing, I'm giving you way more than two, but the last thing that I really love, I learned this from my acupuncturist years ago. Really soothing to the lungs and kind of moistening. I don't really like that word, but moistening, that's what they always say, moistening to the lungs as well as soothing to the lungs, is boiling some pears and getting them until they're soft, kind of smushing them, adding a little bit of honey, raw honey if that's appropriate, especially if you have allergies. Not raw honey is not for children under the age of 2 or pregnant women, but you could add a little raw honey or regular honey, and cinnamon. Those are really, really, really great things to incorporate into your diet. And then I'm just, and you just make it kind of like a mushy pear, and just eat it. It'll be really soothing and you'll love it. It'll be really good for you. Um, Another thing that I just wanted to talk about, I'm giving you way more, but anyways, all of those herbs and spices that have really strong oils, so oregano, cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, allspice, turmeric, ginger, fennel, all of these things help with digestion, which are really, really connected to detox and overall immune health. So, yeah, and they also just have a lot of oils in them that kill things and like microbes and have detoxifying effects. So there it is. Like, subscribe, share with anybody that might benefit from this. Turn on the notification bells. I will be back next Thursday with another video. I hope this was helpful. And to anybody who is struggling, especially on the West Coast, I mean, my heart goes out to you, and you're in my prayers, in my well wishes. And for anybody who is in need of this video for any reason, I hope that this is helpful, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much. Have a great day and be well.